Dr. R.S. Kumar, Principal of Agni College of Technology in the southern part of this country, Chennai. This is in the industrial hub OMR, and a lot of credit to Agni College of Technology for doing industry-based labs, industry power labs and center of excellence with more than 20 industries. We are proud to be associated with the Prag Robotics, who are having a manufacturing and consultancy services at Chennai. Our students do internships, our students have done projects, and our students are also getting placed with the Prag Robotics. How we chose Prag Robotics? Robotics is such an upcoming field, particularly in Industry 4.0. It carries a lot of weight. And we are so proud. Once again, I wish to tell that we are associated with the Prog Robotics, and we are connected with them for projects, for internships, for placements, as well as many lectures from that company. At this juncture, I wish to congratulate ICRA for this wonderful conference workshop that they have planned. My congratulations to all the office bearers. It's also a pleasant surprise to note that robotics will have a big say in the STEM education, particularly with Industry 4.0. How it will pan out, it is going to be an amazing years ahead for all of us. We are also happy to share that Agni College of Technology Chennai has got branches of study in engineering, particularly with the mechatronics, with mechanical and automation, as well as we have mechanical engineering branches. We are looking at a lot of connect with industries. Even though we have more than 20 industry power labs, we wish to have more connect, particularly in these four areas I just now mentioned, that is projects, internships, the placements and the lectures. This is necessary to meet the skill gap that normally people say that is the disconnect between the industry as well as to the academic people. I am from the industry. I worked for 15 years in the industry and now for 15 years in the academic. I am sure I can speak on both the sides of this partnership. I am from PSG College of Technology and post-graduation at IIT Delhi. It is always good to have different kind of fundings from the government as well as from the industries. It is good to see many tier 1 colleges getting this funded. But more than 90% of the students study in self-financing colleges, particularly in tier 2 kind of institutions across this country. So my humble submission and request to the authorities is that to enhance Industry 4.0, to realize the dreams of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, more of our engineering students, particularly in the tier 2 cities, they get benefited, tier 2 colleges, they get benefited. So my request is that such labs which will contribute to Industry 4.0 may be funded in select tier 2 colleges. Thank you. I think this is a great venture from Prag Robotics to contribute towards the STEM, particularly in the robotics field. Best wishes to the conference and to Prag Robotics. Thank you.
I am Dr. Nagarajan, Principal of SC Engineering College. I am here to share my thoughts on robotics. Automation and industrial automation are the key areas where all the industries are focusing. As a developing economy, our central government is focusing on electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles, industrial automation and robotic flow automation. There is a big gap between the curriculum and the industry expectations. The employability of engineers is a big question mark without value addition in their curriculum. The student skill set can be enhanced by using value addition in the curriculum. Without that, it's not possible. We started our journey along with Prag Robotics in the robotic domain. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Karthik. I'm a mechanical engineer and I chose to become an entrepreneur rather than going for a regular job. And here I'm going to explain and I'm going to share my experience about how it is to become an entrepreneur, and what are the difficulties and what are the advantages of becoming an entrepreneur, and why I chose to be an entrepreneur. So this will be helpful for my fellow engineers who are currently doing their engineering to choose the right path for them, whether to go in for an MNC job or to become an entrepreneur. And during college days, we had industrial exposure, and we happened to visit a lot of industries, which I advise my fellow engineers to do so. The reason being, we understood the difference between production, manufacturing, R&D, designing, and being an entrepreneur. Because entrepreneurship is something that you have a demand and you have a supply and you have a gap, and you identify the gaps and you fill the gap with your innovative solution, with your passion, and with the technology that you have learned, the basics that you have learned from the education. That has triggered us to pursue the opportunity, and that is the reason we chose to be an entrepreneur and not become an employee of an MNC company, either in production, manufacturing, R&D, or design, even though we happen to have that opportunity. Industrial automation market in India is of two types. One is an MNC companies which are doing industrial automation, and one is the very medium and small scale industries which are doing industrial automation. When it comes to MNCs, the overheads that they have will be so high, and if you're designing a if you're designing a solution from scratch, it takes 3 months to complete a project, and it will be very difficult for a customer to afford the project. And when it comes to medium and small scale industries, they will take the same amount of 3 to 4 months to design the complete project from scratch, and their overheads are low, but still the affordability will be there and the cost of the solution will be less. But the medium and small scale industry will not have enough projects to survive in a couple of 2-3 years. So there is always a problem between MNC solutions and the medium and small scale solutions. MNCs are not affordable. Medium and small scale solutions, they cannot survive for a longer period of time. So that is why when it comes to industrial automation, we needed to have an off-the-shelf solution which can be taken and just reprogrammed to suit every need that is required. So the development time is so low and it is affordable, and you can do multiple projects in a year, and it is also sustainable. So that is why we chose the business model of having an off-the-shelf robot which can do all the processes, which can suit into all the applications. When it comes to hurdles we face, it all started with going into entrepreneurship and deciding and letting others know that yes, we have decided to go into entrepreneurship, right from the family factor till the society factor, and then the financial factor, and then the market factor. When it comes to family factor, yes, it is the trust that we build and it is the confidence that we portray that makes them allow you to go into entrepreneurship. And then comes the society factor. When it comes to society factor, they have to believe in you or you should not listen to them. That is the only way you can overcome the society factor. And then the third is the financial factor. When it comes to financial factor, if you have a right business model and if you have the right product and right team with you, finance will never be a problem. So right from government funding till the private equity finance, everything will be possible if you have a right product, if you have a right business model, if you have a right team with you, and you are addressing the right demand supply gap. And finally, the fourth is the market factor. Before you spend any penny, you have to do the groundwork and you have to analyze the market to the core, and you have to know the in and out of the market. And this way, you can at least reduce your probability of success. You can reduce your probability of failure to at least 3 to 5. So far it all started with the design factor for TVS, where they have a problem with the jigs, and when it comes to a paint shop, you need to have n number of jigs, and you need to have, let us say, 500 jigs per component to be painted, and there were 8 components per bike, and they had to maintain alternate jigs to replace the jig when it is getting cleaned or something. So there are around 8,000 jigs to be maintained in stock for a particular bike's manufacturing process. It is huge when it comes to capital cost, it's huge when it comes to material handling, storage and everything. So there we went into the picture and we designed a system, a single jig which can accommodate all the 8 parts in a bike. So that has reduced the capital cost by 8 times, and that has reduced the storage by 8 times, that has increased the productivity by 3.5 times. So that is the first innovative project that we did. And then we kept on doing different projects like pencil painting for ITC. For the past several decades, people have been painting pencils with dip coating, and we have converted it into spray coating, which reduced the area requirement by almost 10 times. Before it was like 10,000 square feet required to paint 1 lakh pencils per day, and now it is not more than 150 square feet. So that is with ITC. And there are several other projects we did, one for Honda, it is an automatic bike wash machine, and then other for several other companies like jig manufacturing. And we are also into material science industry, and we understood there is a very big demand supply between the materials available in the market and the materials required for a particular application. So we started doing research on polymers, and we are the only company in India who are doing single wall carbon nanotube based material science polymer research in India, and we are commercially selling almost 10 products based on single wall carbon nanotubes right now. And finally, we have invented this 6-axis robotic arm, which is dreamed, designed, manufactured in India. So this is for medium and small scale industries. We are a 7 billion consumer populated planet, and we have a lot of tasks, a lot of products that are manufactured at high volumes, and we have a lot of tasks that has to be done repeatedly, precisely, over and over again, which currently human resources are doing, which they don't have to, because they have a better intellectual work to do. And there are several tasks where it is not comfortable for a human being to do, it is not safe for a human being to do, and that is where a 6-axis robot comes into the picture. And currently, the market available 6-axis robots are operatable and affordable by original equipment manufacturers. But original equipment manufacturers, they don't do the 100% work by themselves. They subcontract their works to medium and small scale industries and Tier 1, Tier 2 companies. But Tier 1, Tier 2 companies and medium and small scale industries cannot afford a robot for now. But still, they're doing the work right now with the human resources. We consider it as an abusive human resource. So we have developed this 6-axis robotic arm, which will replace this thing, and it is affordable by medium and small scale industries, and it is a dream designed, developed and manufactured in India. Universal robot. When it comes to current robotic arms, you can use it for one single purpose, and this is a robotic arm whose end effector can be constantly changed, and it can be used for any application, right from pick and place, painting, welding, or any application. This will be able to robot. It is user friendly, and it does not have much maintenance, and the cost of the robot is affordable by medium and small scale industries. So my suggestion for the to-be entrepreneurs, young engineers right now are: learn your basics well. The reason being, it is you with your passion that makes you pursue certain opportunities. But when it comes to pursuing certain opportunities, you will definitely see a demand supply gap, you will definitely see a problem, you will try to solve the problem. But it is your learning, it is your skill set that you have developed over the years that are the tools that is required to solve the problem. And that becomes a solution, it can be commercialized, and that is how you start up a new entrepreneurship. When it comes to education, we had an optional opportunity to go to an industry when we are doing engineering and learn about the industry and everything. And it was not a mandatory thing to do. And for today's engineers and today's education system, I would give an advice that it should be a mandatory thing for an engineer to go to industries and understand what is happening in the industry and where he fits in and what are the differences between the talents required by the industry and what he has learned. When he understands the difference between what is required for the industry and what he has learned and what are the differences and what is his passion, he'll be able to make a conscious decision. And because most of the engineers now are going to a campus interview, getting selected and going to the company, and then after a couple of years finding out that it is not the passion, it is not their passion, it is not what they wanted to do. So I would like to request the current young engineers and the education system to give them an opportunity to make it a mandate for them to go and have an exposure of the current industry where they are going to be working in future, so that they'll know what it needs and what they have and what are the differences and what they can make out of it. When we read about people who complete their PG in 12 years, who complete their PhD in 16 years, and who get their posters presented in United Nations Forum at the age of 18, I have a thought that maybe we had an opportunity to choose our passion, to understand the industry, to understand the bigger picture when we were at the college. And if we had the same opportunity at the age of 10, 12, at the age of 16, when we were in the school, we would have been able to do the same thing in a very much preset timeline.
Greetings to one and all. I am Professor Dr. V. Prithviraj, one of the advisory board members for Andhra Pradesh State Council for Higher Education and Chairman Corporate Social Responsibilities for Government of Puducherry. In my experience, smart manufacturing technology led by robotics and artificial intelligence have been around for a while. I am delighted to inform that Anantapur in Andhra Pradesh has gone into a fast-track mode for creating an industrial belt. I am hopeful that many more would join this journey which India has embarked upon. Last but not the least, I congratulate ICRA, Ministry of Science, for creating such a wonderful platform, which is the need of the hour. I congratulate Prag Robotics for contributing their part very effectively.
I am Vallavan, Additional Secretary to Government of Puducherry as well as the Labour Commissioner. In addition to being Labour Commissioner, I am also looking after the subject of skill development in Puducherry. In the last few decades, the IT and IT-enabled sector has contributed more towards employment generation than any other sectors in the world. And the days to come are going to be robotic days, and therefore the skilling of the youth with robotics has become an imperative one. Working to equip the students community of the UT of Puducherry with the robotic skill so that they become employable. And I am sure that with the association of the Prag management, the Government of Puducherry should be in a position to transform not only the UT of Puducherry but also the attitude of the students community of this UT and make them better employable. Thank you.